coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston-Auburn.
It's Lydia's Lunch Bunch.
LA's afternoon morning show with Mark, Sarah, and Pam. We're covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
I really like that little insert.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Thanks to Eli Lev for that.
Yeah. Today's show is brought to you by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 4 locations in Lewiston-Auburn and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com, and remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
We have the pleasure of being joined in studio today by the president and CEO of the Lewiston-Auburn Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce, Shanna Cox.
Good morning.
How are you?
Lovely.
It's great to have you back.
Thanks. It's really great to be back. I love starting my day here.
Right?
It always makes the best week.
Do you want
It really does.
Here?
Yeah.
Your day here every
Yeah. Would it feel the same? You guys
After a while,
you guys
probably
like. I mean, you enjoy it, but it's work for you. I don't. This is like a treat.
We are going to talk to Shanna about all things chamber coming up here in just a bit. But before we get there, let's take a look at some headlines for Tuesday, July 8th.
The Sun-Journal reports that Lewiston Mayor Carl Shaleen is reviving his Public Safety Committee and will host 2 public listening sessions this week. Residents are invited to attend the 5:30 p.m. meetings tonight at Geiger Elementary School and on Thursday at the Lewiston Public Library.
The Maine Turnpike Authority is exploring options to upgrade its 5 service plazas. Plans include restroom upgrades, the addition of a kids' play area, and new food options. The MTA will negotiate with the company that operates the plazas before a timeline is announced.
Safe Voices is offering a free drop-in for youth in grades 7 to 12 tomorrow from 4 to 5 p.m. at the Auburn Public Library. Whether someone has a quick question or wants to hang out and chat, a Safe Voices advocate will be available to talk about healthy relationships and offer one-on-one support. Learn more at safevoices.org.
And Lewiston's Summer Fun and Films midweek movie nights continue with a Minecraft movie tomorrow at Connors Elementary School. Free family-friendly activities begin at 6 p.m. and the movie starts at 7:30. For more information, visit Lewiston's Summer Fun and Films on the Facebook.
Want to talk about the weather?
Let's talk about the weather.
Rain or shine, it's all okay. Grab your uke and start the day. You don't need perfect skies above. Hey, just a song and a little love. Why was it so quiet?
I don't know.
I was enjoying the music.
I think we were all just basking in the awesomeness
great.
that is our weather jingle.
Okay.
Although we should give Alex a shout out too, right?
Weather, weather, weather.
Aw.
Weather, 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 weather. Weather, weather is the best. Is the best. Weather, weather, weather.
The weather. It's cloudy today with rain moving in later tonight. We'll have a high of 81 and a low of 69. Morning showers give way to cloudy skies tomorrow. High of 78 and a low of 64. Cloudy on Thursday with highs in the mid-70s.
That doesn't sound so bad.
It feels very July-ish.
Hot and cloudy is fine.
Yeah.
Right? Roman Anthony went 3 for 5 with a dinger and 2 runs knocked in as the Red Sox actually beat the Colorado Rockies 9-3. What?
A win.
Another.
Sox are on fire.
Yeah.
They'll play again tonight at 7 p.m. at Fenway Park with Brian Baio on the bump for Boston.
There you go. That is your news, weather, and sports. And right now it's time for the podcast segment that is sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for July the 8th, shall we?
Sure.
All right. We're going to start off with Jaden Smith, who is 27 years old today.
27.
That's
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in The Pursuit of Happiness with that guy that slapped Chris Rock.
Otherwise known as Dad.
Right. Yeah, that guy. What an example he's setting for his children.
Yeah.
Comedian Sebastian Maniscalco is 52 years old today. He's hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I didn't realize this, but he co-wrote and co-starred in a film called About My Father, where Robert De Niro plays his father.
Yeah.
Singer Joan Osborne, 63 years old today. Does anyone know her big hit?
What if God was one of us?
Just a slob like
That's right.
Yeah.
actor Kevin Bacon
Oh, yeah.
is 67 years old today.
How did he become the 6 degrees of separation?
Because he would take any acting gig for a long time. And so everybody was able to be connected to him.
Right.
Yeah. He's been married to Kira Sedgwick for a really long
I
time.
love their relationship. So cool.
They make cute music together around
They
the house.
do. Their Instagram pages are adorable. They were integral in getting me through the first 6 months of the pandemic. Just so in love with the both of them.
Kevin received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2003. Angelica Houston,
So good.
74 years old today. Morticia Addams in the Addams Family movies, right?
And she terrified me as a child. As the Grand High Witch in that movie, The Witches, where she like turned little boys into mice.
Aww.
So scary. She took her whole face off. She was so beautiful, and then she took her whole face off.
She took her face off.
Took her face right off. It was so scary.
And rounding out FPBs for July the 8th is actor Jeffrey Tambor.
Oh yeah,
81 years old today.
he's a delight.
I loved him on the Larry Sanders Show. What do you like him in?
Probably Arrested Development. Oh, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes.
Remember he was the mayor. He had like the weird face.
I'm trying to. I was like, I don't know.
That helped.
him.
Yeah, he's good.
There you go. Those are your FPBs. Now it's time for some OTDs. It happened on this day. It happened on this day. It happened on this day.
I wish I was a fly in the room when that was recorded.
Can I hear more about how that was recorded?
Can I just tell
That's
you?
just a
He
hard
was
rock
alone. He
segment
had to
because
have
that
been
was
alone.
like, I want big hair with that.
That was recorded at my house upstairs. And after
no one
I
can hear
produced it, I brought it downstairs and I sat on the couch next to Sherry and I said, "Nothing can prepare you for what you're about to hear." And she said, "Lay it on me."
Yeah.
And I played it for her and she says, "You were absolutely right.
There's nothing that could have prepared
Go back
me.
upstairs." Yeah.
Go back to your room.
Is that you? Is that your?
Yeah.
That's your singing voice. I love it. I want.
Thanks.
You're gonna have to grow your hair out.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I need some big hair,
Yeah. Back in the day,
leggings,
I had the big hair.
shiny leggings,
I had
like
parachute
spandex. Was it
pants.
spandex? All right.
Yeah. That's the highest praise I've received for the OTG jingle.
Liked.
That was
Well
fun.
liked.
Yeah.
12 years ago in 2013, Amber Rose married Wiz Khalifa.
What?
Yeah, she filed for divorce a year later, so that's like 10 years in.
long
That is.
marriage.
Pretty wedding. 40 years ago in 1985, the great Phil Foster, Laverne's dad, Frank DeFazio, on Laverne and Shirley, died of a heart attack at the age of 72.
He was so good.
I remember that nose. He was so good.
He ran a pizza joint, right?
Yeah, he
You
did.
jumped over 25 years ago, and I almost like. I was
I'm.
like, what?
You can read it if you want, but I want nothing to do with that woman.
Somebody's got to read it now because just show me.
25 years
I need to
ago,
know.
In 2000, J.K. Rowling released Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. The book, not the movie. Okay, that makes me feel better.
Okay. 44 years ago in 1981, the Go-Go's released their debut album, Beauty and the Beat, featuring Our Lips Are Sealed and We Got the Beat, We Got the Beat, We Got the Beat.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. 52 years ago, another music-related interesting things. 73, the classic Bill Withers song "Lean on Me" hit number 1.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
136 years ago, in 1889, the Wall Street Journal was published for the first time.
1889.
Right?
That's
It's been around
crazy.
Forever.
I would have
When
never guessed.
everybody was reading newspapers.
So
Yeah.
they published through the Great Depression.
Yeah,
They had 50 years of experience going into that time frame.
Yep.
That's wild.
kind of wild, right?
Yeah.
And 144 years ago, this will appeal to everybody. In 1881, druggist Edward Berner of Two Rivers, Wisconsin, invented the ice cream sundae. A customer asked him to top a dish of ice cream with chocolate sauce, the sauce previously used only for flavored sodas, which was illegal to serve on Sundays. Scandalous.
Scandal.
So Berner sold his ice cream concoction on the Sabbath and called it a sundae. Sundae. How about that?
That is a cool little tidbit of trivia
I
right
like
there.
it. Yeah.
He was breaking the law.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Speaking of Sabbath.
Breaking the law. All right. Those are your FPBs and OTDs for July the 8th.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
Now we shift focus fully to our guest in studio, President and CEO of the Lewiston-Auburn Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce, Shanna Cox.
Morning.
Good morning.
How do I compete with how the Sunday was invented? 'Cause that was a bit of nugget of info that's going to carry me through this week, which I greatly appreciate.
You might just go get a sundae.
Yeah, I feel like I need to now,
The
right, to
weather's
celebrate.
cooperating.
Whatever you do, don't go nuts.
That was good. That was good. That
Actually, kind of liked it.
was good. I love a good dad joke.
All right.
Done for the day.
So, well, let's start off with this. There's a ribbon cutting today.
Today is a really big day, and we're super excited. Yeah. Netties they've had a kind of like soft opening. I think it's been really well celebrated, which is great. But they've been at the Auburn Mall for years, and they're now opening their Court Street location. And well, technically, I guess it's the corner of Court and South Main. But yeah, so excited. And I'm excited to add another spot. I mean, I know I could get the burrito at the mall, but man, their breakfast and brunch, so good. The burritos, anyway, folks should join us today. I digress.
We're all getting hungry.
Clearly haven't eaten yet this morning. I apologize. Their food's incredible. Their gift items are incredible. And they are incredible. So we're really excited to celebrate their grand opening today.
I stopped by
4
there on Saturday and got a coffee on my way home from the gym, and I was like, It was nice to just have a little place you could stop.
Yeah.
You know,
I like the walkability for us.
It's right there.
It's super convenient for
Lunch,
you guys.
iced coffee, you know.
Yeah.
Pick
It was
me
a
up,
good
just
iced coffee.
walk on over.
And if you're trying to get a big party together for brunch, they can take you.
They have the space.
Yeah, they have the space, but also the parking garage is free and literally around the corner for
It's
folks
right
who,
there, In the big
mostly
parking
folks who
lot, too.
get nervous parking, and I have someone who will circle the block 6 times instead of parallel parking.
Oh.
So if you're one of those folks, there's a really handy parking.
I love to parallel park.
Right?
I do. I don't know why.
A little bit of prowess is why you feel good when you nail it.
I like it when I have an audience too. I'm like, watch this.
Yeah.
They're waiting,
Yeah.
They're waiting for me to F up and pull it right in there, nice and snug.
I'm glad that I'm not the only one that feels that way. Yeah. Little dance. Anyway, it's a big day to celebrate for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to mention, too, that Nutty Netties offers gluten-free options from that.
How awesome.
I don't pay attention enough to that, and
Well,
that's
you don't
really
have
great to hear. I know, but there are people in my life who do, so it's nice to put the list together.
Yeah. So we went to the Sea Dogs game on Sunday. Hadlock Field has a dedicated gluten-free space now.
Wow.
Yeah. Sherry heard about that, and she was all excited because she got to order, and she's in line, and she goes up to order, and I go, Sherry, isn't this awesome? It's like you're a real person now.
I bet she was also really excited.
She was.
Despite your snark.
So we went to Pizza Villa before, and I ate like a whole pizza in front of her because she couldn't have anything there. And then she got her veggie burger and gluten-free fries.
How are you still married?
I know,
She is a saint. She's a
so
saint as
kind.
how.
And she starts eating it. I'm like, I can't believe you're going to eat that in front of me. Are you kidding?
I hope she did. I hope she ate with her mouth open and directed it at you. Shout out to Sherry. That woman.
The best.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah. So if people are listening today, which is actually Tuesday, join us at 4 o'clock.
It's on my calendar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please do.
It's on mine too, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it because I have a hair appointment at 4.
Yep.
Well,
But I can come by after.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
hair will
Beautiful
look good.
hair.
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
I will.
Brewing Connections coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, we have 4. We have 4 member moments, which is fantastic. We love it when we have a full roster, and it's going to be a really good one. If folks don't know, member moments are at the start of Brewing Connections. It's a little bit different than our breakfast. Breakfast is well known. On the months that we don't do breakfast, we do Brewing Connections, and it's more intimate. You get to see 4 current members use 5 slides in 5 minutes to be able to tell the story of anything that they want. And it's really incredible hearing folks that you think you know about them and their business, and they come in and just surprise you with something new. And so I love that. And then the rest of the time is spent in kind of a speed networking. So really easy, casual, kind of direct conversations to grow your professional network. It's a lovely event, and we keep it really limited so that you're at the office before 9.
Nice.
Yeah. Schooner hosts that for us.
Schooner, I was just going to say, Schooner hosts that, and if you are looking to go to it, make yourself aware that there is some construction happening, and you can't just go down Center Street and take a right to go to Schooner. You have to go down River Road.
Yes.
To get there.
Thank
Give
you.
yourself some extra time.
Yeah, good PSA.
Yeah.
In the biz, they call that a whole thing.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah, it is.
In our biz, anyway.
It's a culvert.
Is
that's out.
it? What is the biz that we're talking about?
Tell us about the Start and Grow public sessions.
So so you've heard me talk about startups before on your show, but we've been doing startup sessions for a little more than 4 years. It's always an open house kind of casual space to come in and meet with peer mentors, business advisors, folks from finance, folks from marketing, and all of it's free, and there's no scheduled agenda, so you're not late, you're not early, you're not walking in on something, and we've been wanting to expand that program. There's a lot that we see in that space monthly that helps us understand a little bit more about what entrepreneurs who have a business goal or a dream might be fighting against or trying to look for resources, but also small businesses who are trying to scale. There's just these kind of milestone points that you see over and over again where some of the issues are the same, some of the resources that are needed are the same, and we really want to just meet that need at scale and really intentionally. And folks don't need to be a member to access almost all of our Start and Grow programming. And so last month, technically the end of May, we brought on Jennifer Gammon, who's a small business owner herself. Her current podcast with the Build, Lead, Thrive is out as an interview, and you can learn more about her and her business. And she's our program coordinator, and she's going to help build out additional programming, workshops, work sessions, classes, trainings, to meet people's needs and where they're at. And so as we get underway, there's a lot of curriculum we're looking at. There's a lot of partners that we're working with. But as we're starting, there's 2 different opportunities this month for folks to say, the biggest struggle I have is we want to hear that. And so we're bringing resources forward, but there are 2 separate listening sessions to give us a sense of what people struggle with. And I'll offer like a really concrete example. Sometimes folks have their business licensed with the state, they've got their insurance, they've kind of checked the early business startup checklist, and then they go to open a brick and mortar and the rules are different in different communities, navigating code and planning and making sure that you have your local licensing. And so if that's a struggle for folks, then we have incredible partners in both economic development offices in Auburn and Lewiston. We've got great connections in Lisbon and Poland and all over the county. And so figuring out what people are struggling with and then helping, create the resources. I think the other piece is we're really excited to have some funding to support translated templates and business plans and spreadsheets into a variety of languages. We're seeing a lot of business starts coming from folks who speak Portuguese or French as a primary language. And so interpretation is available at both of those sessions. And we're just really excited to lean into supporting businesses that are trying to get started or grow a little bit more than we've been able to. Yeah. It's nice to expand our capacity in that area.
Yeah, nice.
And those sessions are happening on July 22nd and the 28th.
Yeah.
And you can learn more at lametrochamber.com.
Tried to give you a midday and then an after work one, recognizing there's different needs for different folks.
Yeah. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. We had the pleasure of meeting Zach and Michaela.
Are they not incredible?
From Uplift
Wonderful.
LA.
I love them.
They were here talking about the Kickball tournament that is weeks away now.
Yeah.
Mark can't wait.
Are you ready? I'm icing my back every day.
Okay, I was going to say, you're going to have to be game ready, sir. Game ready. It's such a fun day. And so Kickball's July 25th. I think there are still some spots to join an individual team if you don't have a whole team. There might be one team left, but their T-shirt colors might be predetermined at this point. Because that's the way that has to. We got to order them at some point. Yeah. And so, it's a really fun day. It's a great way to build kind of team team morale at your shop. And what I love I love some folks will get a team together and they will intentionally leave some spots open and have their staff recruit for it, and it is a great way to just show what kind of company you are and to create relationships with what could be your next talent pool, and it's super fun. But what about Michaela and Zach, right? Like, aside from Kickball, which is incredible, Uplift does an amazing job at planning its own activities, having rising professionals just in leadership roles and really directing what they think rising professionals want, what that programming looks like. And within the space of Uplift LA, there is a committee that meets monthly. There's some planning groups that tackle some of the different big events throughout the year. In addition to Kickball, we have Finest Under 40. You'll see nominations coming out for that in the coming weeks. And so, all of these activities are led by rising professionals, and those same rising professionals are developing each other. So there's like succession plans and leadership development happening within just the normal day-to-day of Uplift LA. And 6 years in now, I've seen folks who were, just attending Uplift events 6 or 7 years ago are now leading them. And Michaela and Zach are just shining examples of that. Did you guys have fun?
Oh, we had a blast.
Right?
Yeah.
They're so much fun.
And they accomplished something that very few can.
What?
They gave me hope for the future.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing is I pull so much hope from them individually, but, shout out to Seth and Matt Nash and Allie Daniels, who's now chair-elect of the Chambers board, and has developed and become a leader in her own right post chairing Uplift years ago. And so, yeah, it's a really incredible thing to see. And it does give you a lot of hope. They're skilled professionals. They're, aside from being, fun and enjoyable, and they're sharp. Mm-hmm. They're empathetic. They're, I think, really intuitive about what people want and what people are going to need. And they bring that to the table all the time. And they center relationships on in and on the work that they do. And I think that shows up in really beautiful ways. And I'm glad that you got some hope from them.
Absolutely.
It's really great when that happens, isn't it?
It's great. Now, was Uplift LA born through Finest Under 40?
No. So the history there, and we've got time. I'll give you a little history lesson. It's fun. So a very long time ago, settle up, children. A very long time ago, the group was Y Play, which was the young professionals of the Lewiston-Auburn area. And they were their own, they weren't technically a nonprofit, but they were their own organization that kind of partnered with the chamber. And under Matt Leonard's leadership in about 2016, as the chamber rebranded, they also worked to bring Uplift closer in connection with the chamber and for the chamber to provide some administrative support. And so, at the same time, almost simultaneously, that the chamber changed its name, Y Play changed it to Uplift LA. And so right about that time, and I think Y Play did the Why Not Awards. Uplift, I think, started what at the time was 40 Under 40, which has become Finest Under 40 over the years, which is to recognize a large group of folks, but the number of awards that go out is slightly smaller than it used to and a little more targeted, which is intentional over the years. And so, long history there. And they became, just more kind of integrated into the chamber. And so all of our team supports them, and they now have a dedicated seat on our board to make sure that they're helping lead the chamber and that it's a reciprocal relationship. I actually love that story. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to be able to share it.
Sure. And I just want to make mention that we have a 40 Under 40 honoree in this room from 2018.
Yeah. Ooh.
I wonder who that could be.
Is that?
It's Pam Ashby.
I think it's Pam Ashby.
It's the award-winning Pam Ashby.
The award-winning.
Hit the button.
Pam Ashby.
Hit the button.
I love that.
First time Pam's told me to hit that button.
It's
a button.
So there's two in the room, and that's how full circle it is. So I was also an honoree, like way back. It's funny to just come full circle and be like, to see how many people, aside from you and I, Pam, how many people I go in and they've got a Finest Under 40 or a 40 Under 40 kind of plaque in their office. And, it's 10 years later and you're like, what a great.
And then you get another award from the chamber. Isn't that crazy?
So deserving. Is she still embarrassed about that?
Yeah.
I think
We haven't brought it up in a while.
was it the last time I was in, or maybe one time since that we weren't allowed to talk about it anymore, and the awards still hadn't happened.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a Build, Lead, Thrive podcast dropping tomorrow.
Yeah.
How do you know, Mark?
This really incredible guy.
I got the inside scoop.
He does. Art Van, which has come in on your podcast as well. We got to sit with Jamie, who I think joined you, but also Yuko, who's the new executive director. And man, please listen, guys, because not only is it about art and art's ability to have therapeutic results and to have impact in communities and neighborhoods at a super kind of targeted micro level, but man, did they also just naturally display and share great leadership and collaboration in times of transition. Like you've got somebody who's a founder, who's bringing in an executive director, and their leadership transitions are hard. And I was just really blown away with how they navigated that. I mean, I think what Yuko had been in for like 4 or 6 weeks, maybe when we talked. And as somebody who, I transitioned into a leadership role and it was vacant before me. There wasn't a lot of handing off. I was just, and I've seen that go poorly and I've seen that go well before. And they just, it was a really fabulous episode. Folks, listen in. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, Build, Lead, Thrive.
There you go.
Voices of Vanderscoggin.
Love it. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. July is, we've got a really great Sea Dogs. Talk about the Sea Dogs. We have a Sea Dogs collab coming up. So they do an LA community night, and we try to make sure that our members and businesses and just the larger LA metro region are well represented in Portland. It's a great opportunity to be in another market and to showcase your business. And so there's some incredible sponsorship packages, and they do a lot of fun stuff with us that night. But in addition to that, we, the Chamber, have our own dedicated section, and we share our tickets for free. They're limited and they're going quickly. But in addition to that, Scott Riccio from Northeast Charters gave us a bus this year so that we could take our section down for the night. And so it's free. We're just asking for a $5 donation so we can tip our driver. Yeah. So come sit with us and take a ride down. And it's always a really fun night.
What night is that?
That is the 30th of July. It's a Wednesday. I don't know who we're playing. That feels like something Mark would be able to find in 3 clicks and a... It's not the Savannah Bananas, is it?
It's not.
I would have loved that, right?
Didn't they play at Fenway the other
Yeah,
day?
they did. They did.
I got to see them when they played at Hadlock.
I've got to see a show with them. Yeah, a show. It is a show, though, right? Like they're not just a team.
It's a show.
Like Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, right?
Yeah.
So on July 30th, the Dogs are playing the Altoona Curve.
Altoona.
And it is the Hadlock School of Magic night.
Ooh.
Which I think might have a Harry Potter theme.
I need to hear the
trademarked.
story.
We won't say.
Yes. All right. There you go.
I bet you they still will play Sweet Caroline, and we can still drive.
Oh,
Mark
yeah.
crazy. Are you going to come?
I'd love to. And they're going to be wearing their teal uniforms as well as a
Wow.
throwback. Yeah.
Fun.
That'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Check it out. If you would like more information about anything Shanna talked about, you can go online to lametrochamber.com.
Next year marks 30 years of Uncle Andy's Digest. What started as a beloved print publication has grown into Lydia Media, a full-service marketing partner helping local businesses thrive. From LA Metro Magazine and the Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast to social media management, website design, and advertising across all platforms, we've got your marketing needs covered. If you're a business making a difference in our community, let's connect. Lydia Media is here to tell your story and help you grow. Lydia Media, in business, for business. Learn more at lydiamediallc.com.
And as you know, Shanna, we can't let you get out of here without our 3 random questions.
I'm ready.
Our
ready.
world famous 3 random questions
World
segment.
famous.
And I've got a good one for you.
Okay.
I've been saving this one.
Oh, good.
All right. You are offered $1 million.
Okay.
But in order to receive the $1 million, you have to take someone out to dinner, and with no prompting, they have to complain about the food. Who are you taking?
An unnamed family member. I have to make it through the holidays, you guys. But suffice to
I
say,
feel like we know.
within and it's not my kids.
Okay.
I'll give my kids the credit that it's not that they're always lovely in restaurants, but I definitely have I would say in one generation removed from myself, I could nail that.
Yep.
I could nail that. Won't say who.
Because they could potentially listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably likely. They love you.
Aww.
The family complaint would sound not like a complaint at first. Really love what you've done here. This is interesting. I'm a little curious why my protein's overcooked. Any chance that's how it would go. It starts very friendly.
Very passive.
You've been so nice. I would like to speak to you about this. Anyway.
All right. Which famous actor would you have play in a movie of your life?
What actor would play me?
Yes.
Is Kathy Bates will our timelines not match up? Well, it's probably. Can we pause her for a minute and just put her on standby for another 20 years so she can come in and.
That is a great pull.
Right?
Yeah.
I just feel like she's got great range, and my life would require some range.
Yeah.
There's some really lovely maternal soft ears, but that misery stuff. There's a spot in my life story for her to come in with the hammer.
But when she was on The Office.
I was just thinking that. She was on The Office. She was
right?
so good.
Because you got to have humor.
Yes.
And my life story would be riddled with laughs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not everyone would laugh at those moments because that would be on brand for me. But my character would laugh throughout.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's who I would pick. Can we just pause her so that that's still a viable option?
Whatever we want, Shanna.
I love this.
Yeah.
Random mythical, the universe is yours questions. God, it's great. Let's run the world this way.
Okay. What catchphrase or common phrase do you find most annoying?
I might have pontificated about this on this very
You have.
podcast once before. I'm sorry, but it's because we've always done it that way.
Oh, yeah.
It just shivers down my spine. It's like a big red flag to take a second look at that thing. And I love to honor good knowledge and expertise and experience. And so there are times we've always done it this way because might be followed with a rational explanation. And I'm happy to accept that. But if that phrase is used to not further inquiry.
'Cause I was going to say, I have said that before, but it's because I've never put any thought into changing it. Like if someone brings it up, it's like, why do we do this? I'm like, well, I don't know. It's because it's always been done that way.
Well, see,
Tell me more.
Right, but that's the thing is it's followed up because
Yes.
I've definitely Sam Harriet, shout out to our director of engagement. She's great, and we have a culture of please question, please if there is a better way, something we're not thinking, question it and change it and improve it. And so she has asked questions before that likewise I'm like, that's a good question. We've just always done it that way, which is a terrible answer, and we should immediately review whether that makes sense or not. Right, but the folks who use it as a line in the sand. No, you don't touch that because we've always done it that way. Anyway, it's the cringiest of cringe phrases in my book.
Good answer.
New thinking, better thinking.
Yeah.
You did it. You made it through
Thanks.
3 RQs.
The RQ from what feels like a million years ago where I said my spirit animal would be a squirrel keeps me up at night.
That's it.
I keep thinking about new animals just in case that question ever comes up again. I vow to do better next time.
Shanna, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us today and giving us some of your valuable time. We so appreciate it. And again, folks, if you'd like to learn more about any of the Chamber's offerings or about the Chamber itself, go online to lametrochamber.com. Thanks to Ruper's Beverage and Redemption for sponsoring today's episode. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to award-winning Pam Ashby.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I can do it again because she told me to do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not getting in trouble for this one. Reach out to Pam via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day. And remember, don't bite your cat. And I will say,